JQ Crafty here with another layout this month. This was a challenge. This is an ad for an adspiration from Paper Issues this month. And I saw it and I loved it and I had an idea immediately. So I started out with this page kit that I had from the scrap room from a while ago with a My Mind's Eye page kit. My Mind's Eye papers, and it's called Follow Your Heart. Rana Ferrer, it says, and this was from 2012. So it was a beautiful colors. Like, oh, I love these colors. I love a good turquoise. I love a good mustardy yellow. I love antique look, and I liked how it looked really rough. And you're gonna see me kind of start one place, and it's gonna be like, whoa, Jackie, where are you going? That is not going to look good. But then I get to use a lot of fun things that I've been wanting to use and play with. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm sitting here and I'm cutting apart that hexagon paper. I was really excited to use this because this paper and do this one because I actually get to do kind of a girly layout with my sisters. I'm so excited. And I keep forgetting, like, I don't have to only scrapbook my son. I can scrapbook things I do or things I like. And I do have a book that's kind of just mine. It was like a journal one, but I also we've done a couple girl trips and a couple things with just us. So I think I'm going to start just putting those in there. And then I'm either going to journal really heavily on them and then create them as a diary, or I'm just like this one. I don't journal at all. And that's fine because this is going to be one page of many. This was like a girls trip we took, before my mom died. We did a couple trips. Well, it first stemmed from us surprising my aunt and her daughter. Their birthdays are in the same month, surprising them. And they were having pretty big birthdays, 16 and 60, I believe. So we surprised them with a trip to Chicago and we all went. And I'd never been to Chicago. I don't think my sisters had ever been to Chicago. So it was a lot of fun. So this is going to be in a kind of a bunch of pages from that trip. And so this is a really good picture of just me and my sisters that I took. But first thing I'm doing is cutting a bunch of those hexagons out of that one paper and then cutting all the other papers into some randomly thickened strips, like just picking different, nothing was bigger than an inch. I believe I did one as an inch, and then using those border strips from that Jelly Bean Soup collection that I was using earlier in the previous two videos that I posted, because the colors went perfectly. There was this pink and yellow, and there wasn't a ton of brown in the collection, but there was a little bit, so it worked great. So I'm going ahead and just cutting them, figuring out how long I want them. And so with that aspiration, the person's on a ladder. So one, it's like all this paint, and so I definitely wanted to use my shimmers and do, and it was like a rainbow. So I wanted to do a semi-rainbow, but painted wavy strips. But then they were on a ladder, and so I thought, how neat would it be to do these strips of paper that go from wide to kind of narrower to wide with a photo in there, like rungs on a ladder. So that is kind of where I took my inspiration from. So I cut all those strips, and then I'm just realizing I did not cut out a lot of this stuff. So I might have to cut out some of it. I'm just marking on my page kind of where they will end because I thought I was going to do it one way and then I think I ended up doing it another way. But yeah. So I take all those strips off. And I laid them like in order that they were on the side. And then I'm going to do my shimmers. So the color of shimmers I am using that I thought went with my papers perfectly are Hint of Mint, which to me is a little more turquoisey than minty, but that's okay. Hint of Mint, blah, 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 Antique Lace. And then I did, where are my, Pip Pip Cherry O, which is the pink. And the yellow, which is, I don't know why, I don't know what it's called or where, limoncello. How did I forget that? I'm not sure. Which is a beautiful, beautiful color, like seriously. Beautiful color. Love it. My favorite. Super yellow. Super pretty. At least I think that's what I used. Or is that Christmas cheer? That wouldn't make any sense, would it? Maybe it is Christmas cheer. Is Christmas cheer really that yellow? It might be. Yeah, more of a gold, but it comes off as yellow, like super yellow. So, okay, well, that's what it is. But I just decided to kind of go down in strips and do kind of wavy. I used my fan paintbrush of those different colors kind of in where the colors of the strips of paper will be. And I should have cut some of this out. I don't know why I did not. And now I let it dry for a little bit, and I'm going ahead and splattering back those colors also where they are, so that the splatters stand out and they don't soak in. Which I learned from Nikki Rowland. Thank you, Nikki, for showing me that. No, I apologize. I'm realizing like I was doing so many things today that I did just record this all at one shot, and I didn't ever pause the video, I don't think, or like go off camera. So I apologize if there's some dead spots. I'm really right now. I don't know if I went through and edited this footage. I don't know if I did. Well, I took my photo or my paper over to dry, and I figured while I did that, I can work on my strips of paper, which I wanted to distress. So I decided to get out my distressing tool, and I distressed all the strips of paper. And I really hope I don't sit here and make you watch all of it. I don't think I do. Nope. Okay, I did edit it out. Whew, I was worried. So I distressed all the strips of paper that are going to go along the side there. And I distressed all the octagons, as well. And then I decided, you know what? They're looking, since the papers are kind of antique-y looking, I'm going to add some inking around the edge to make it more antique-y looking as well. And frayed burlap is what distressed ink is what I decided to use. I really like that color. It definitely gives, it reminds me a lot of, like, I see some other people using, like, Sarah Scraps and Amy using a lot of antique photo, I think, or distressed photo. I think it's antique photo or something that they use. And this reminds me a lot like that. It gives that browning of, like, old paper to the edge of everything. So I did that. And after I started realizing that I was doing that, I'm like, this is going to look very antique-y. And my background paper is very white with bright colors. What am I going to do about that? So I sat and thought, and I thought, well, first of all, I could distress the outside of my background paper first. I could definitely do that. And then put a very thin strip border of like a brownie and like almost the same color around the outside. So I went digging through my stash to see what I had, what I could do for on the outside. And at first I thought maybe the yellow, and I was like, no, it's not gonna, no, it's gonna be too bright. And I found this brown, but it was too like an orangey brown. Do you see that? It's like a, I can't think of what color it is, but I'm going to have to use that as like a scrap background. It's such a weird brown. It's very orangey. I don't know how else to describe it. But I'm liking the idea already, at least with the dark. So I start distressing all around my background paper that I just created, which is beautiful. It turned out gorgeous, but it is seeming very white and stark white and bright compared to the strips of paper I got going on over there. And I did, I went through my stash and I do find a darker brown that goes, and it actually seems to be like the same color as that frayed burlap ink. But I'm adding the ink around the outside now. I'm like, okay, this is good. This is making it look like worn paper. But it's still looking odd because the worn paper there, and I found the perfect brown. I'm like, oh, much better. So I'm going to tape that down really quick. And then I just keep thinking that bright white on that, and then with all this antique like around the edge, it just doesn't. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I got these awesome life-changing brushes. I forgot about these. I haven't used them yet. Why haven't I used them yet? No. Oh my gosh, they are. They're like life-changing. They blend stuff so well, and I didn't want it super heavy. But it did just enough that I feel like it gave my whole paper like an antique look. It took the very bright white out of it. I was able to kind of go over the shimmers. It dulled the really pop of brightness that they gave. And it worked fantastic. I love it. I'm so glad. It was a special on Amazon for Amazon Prime Day that you got this little 2-pack of these life-changing brushes in just the one size. And I figured they would be perfect because the only big ink pads I have are black. And that's because like when I bought my little Tim Holtz like stamping platform, it came with it. Otherwise, I always get the like little mini stacks because I don't do a lot of ink stuff, and I might now that I'm doing more cards again, but I don't use a lot of ink, and I don't want to waste and have stuff dry out, so I'm going to use the little inks more, and so I don't need a big life-changing brush. And oh my gosh, they're awesome. They're so soft. They blend so well, and I feel like they made my page paper look perfect. Exactly how I was thinking. And what was even more fun about this page is not only do I get to be girly, not only did I get to use my shimmers and paint and do some mixed media, not only did I get to use my life-changing brushes and make something look antique and soft, and I'm doing an awesome page about me and my sisters, which makes me so happy because we are so close and I love them dearly. But then I was realizing these colors looked familiar. I have this old ephemera. I don't even know what it's called. I don't even remember what it's from, but it's been in my stash since I can remember. And it's one of those things that every time I look at it, I'm like, why do I still have this? Why don't I just throw this out? And I realize all these colors are in that ephemera. And if memory serves me correctly, there are also butterflies in said ephemera. And there's a butterfly in one of those octagons. So I'm thinking about all of this while I'm putting this down. I'm using my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to put down the strips of paper because it is going on the mixed media background. So I want it to really stick. And I kind of ruffled up the papers when I was waiting for my my shimmers to dry. But I'm just laying those down in kind of the order they were in. I flip a couple of them just so the pink ends up more in the pink down in the bottom. And then my striped one doesn't even show up. It's kind of hiding, which is fine. But then I start putting these octagons around as well. Hexagons. Why am I calling them octagons? I don't know. They're hexagons. I don't know why I'm calling them octagons. I'm putting them around as well. I'm going to pop some of them up on foam and get them laid down. And I know I have these awesome stickers about sisters. And then once again, though, it's super bright white. So I'm going to use my life-changing brushes again to make magic happen and change an embellishment for how I need it. And I'm realizing more and more, I don't need to use it the way it's given. I can alter it. I can make it work for me. And I love this layout. It's my favorite. I love it. It turned out so good. It makes me so happy. Just so happy. And I feel like I don't know if you've watched my other two layouts from this month, my mojo was gone. I was worried. I was so worried that I was like making myself scrapbook because I wanted to get pages done and get posted on YouTube. And I was so excited to have this page. It just, my mojo's back. So yeah, I love it. It turned out amazing. And I can't wait to do more in this collection as well, that I have this little mini kit of this collection because I love the colors so much, and that's helpful too, is the colors are so fun. I didn't even dip into my sticker books, which they're sitting in front of me right now while I'm doing this voiceover, and I probably could have, like, man, the pink paisley one. Some of the colors in there, not too many though, so okay, it's fine that I didn't get into it. But maybe for some of the other pages. I'll have to remember that. Put that one on top. But yeah, super, super happy with this layout. Super, super happy. Yeah, went through that little embellishment sticker thing, and I did start looking through it a little bit, I guess. Oh, this is the recollections one, to see if there's anything I wanted. And I found the one little sticker, and I was just like, ugh, something else. And this is when I remembered that I had all this ephemera, that I was like, wait a second, I remember that having similar colors. So I go and dig it out, and then I just get giddy. Oh, after this. Then I get giddy. Because, I put the heart down, and I'm thinking, I gotta put more hearts. I gotta have more hearts. And I was trying to find, I have, what are they Illustrated Faith or something? I ended up looking in the wrong bin is what I looked. I forgot how I organized my life. Yeah, they're Illustrated Faith epoxy or enamel hearts. And they weren't quite the colors that I had hoped. They are more of a mint, but the pinks maybe could have worked. But yeah, this is all the ephemera. Look at, it's perfect. There's even like an orangey yellow little butterfly that can go up in that orangey yellow little spot. There's little flowers I can tuck in. Like, I got so giddy happy with this. I just kept going and going and going. I was so excited. It worked out so well. But I'm just going to fiddle and get all the ephemera down and finish putting everything down. Thank you for watching. There's going to be close-ups at the end. I really hope you guys like this one as much as I do. I love it. It makes my heart so happy. And yeah, stay tuned for more coming up. Thanks for watching. Bye.